I once pasted an API key straight into a Claude chat. An API key is basically the password that lets one program use another, and whoever holds it can run up the bill on your account. It was a key for another service, not for Claude. And here's the thing, I actually stopped for a second before I hit enter. What I was thinking was, it won't be saved anywhere, right? Then I sent it anyway. And a minute later, I generated a brand new key and threw the old one away, just in case.
That little question he asked himself, it won't be saved anywhere, right? That is the whole video. Because most of us have asked some version of it right before we paste something into an AI we probably shouldn't. So let's actually answer it. When you type something into Claude or any AI like it, what really happens to it? Is it sitting on a server somewhere? Is a company reading it? Is it being used to train the next version? And what does that mean if the thing you typed belongs to your work, not just to you? This is a plain English guide to thinking about that, not a comprehensive legal breakdown. The goal is that you walk away able to make a smart call about what you put in the box. We will use a simple idea, a ladder. 3 kinds of information and a different move for each one. Trusted resources for going deeper are linked below, and full disclosure because it matters here. John uses Claude every day on a paid plan, so this video lives in the Claude world. That is where he can show you real settings and speak from real use. But the way of thinking we are about to build applies to every cloud AI equally, ChatGPT and Gemini included. The specifics are Claude's. The habits are universal. This is not a takedown, and it is not an advertisement. It is the honest version, including the part where he tells you where he stops.
Here is the part people forget. When you type something to me, it does not stay on your computer like a note in a drawer. It travels to a server to be processed. That is just how all cloud AIs work. What happens to it after that is not magic, and it is not a mystery. It is a setting, and it is your setting, not mine.
Here is what that setting actually is, as of 2026. On the consumer plans, that is Free, Pro, and Max, there is a switch in your account called Help Improve Our AI Models. If that switch is on, your new chats can be used to help train the model, and they can be kept for up to 5 years. If it is off, your chats are not used for training, and they are kept for 30 days. That is the difference between the 2 settings. 2 things to hold on to. First, this is the consumer plans only. The business tiers, Claude for Work, Team, the API, those do not train on your data at all. Second, most people have never opened this screen to see which way their switch is set. We will fix that in a minute. So, the ladder. Think of everything you might type into an AI as sitting on one of 3 rungs. The bottom rung is low stakes, a recipe, a birthday poem, a question about history. There is nothing to lose here. Paste away and do not give it a second thought. Most of what most people do lives on this rung.
The middle rung is the interesting one, sensitive information that is still yours to decide about. Here's a real example. I needed help understanding a financial report, and I did not want to hand over the actual numbers. So I tried something. Instead of uploading the file, I asked Claude a question. Would just the column and row headers, the labels, be enough to help me understand how the report was built? In my case, it would get me most of the way there, something like 85 to 90%. So that is what I did. I shared the shape of the document, and I kept the actual data out of it.
That move has a name. It is called data minimization, and it is the single most useful privacy habit there is. Most people think the choice is all or nothing, hand over everything, or do not use the tool. There is a third door. Share the structure, keep the secrets out, and you get almost all of the value at a fraction of the exposure. And on this rung, it is worth knowing which way your Help Improve Our AI Models switch is set. So let's find where this actually lives because honestly, he had never opened it himself until he made this video. If you have not either, you are in the large majority. Open Claude in your browser. Click your name in the bottom left corner, then go to Settings, then Privacy. You are looking for the switch labeled Help Improve Our AI Models. That one switch is the whole thing we have been talking about. Turn it off, and your future chats are not used for training and are kept for the shorter 30 days. Turn it on, and you are opting in. There is no wrong answer, but there is a wrong situation, and that is not knowing which way yours is set. Go look. It takes 10 seconds. And there is one more control, even simpler than the switch. If you ever need to paste something sensitive just once, open an incognito chat. It is not used to train the model, and it does not even save to your history. Think of it as a private booth for a single conversation.
We look into AI and release new videos each week. Like and subscribe to stay informed.
Now the top rung. This is where I want to be completely straight with you as someone who genuinely likes this tool. There is a kind of information I will not put into a consumer AI at all, no matter how careful I am with the settings. When I was researching my consulting business, I went deep on the rules that govern really sensitive data, the kind lawyers and medical offices handle. That world has a concept called data sovereignty, the idea that some information is not yours to send anywhere. I went as far as designing a prototype workstation for exactly that problem. One that was air-gapped, meaning deliberately cut off from the internet, so protected data could never leave the room. I never built it, but designing it taught me where the line is.
And this is where the earlier point pays off. Remember, the business and enterprise tiers do not train on your data at all. That exists precisely because some organizations cannot use a consumer tool for regulated work. But even then, for the truly protected stuff, medical records, privileged legal files, the honest answer is that a public cloud chatbot is the wrong tool, full stop. This is not legal advice. It is a line you draw before you need it.
Which brings us back to that API key from the beginning. Passwords and keys are top rung, always, no matter how convenient it feels to paste one in. So, do me a favor. Do not paste your secrets into me. Point me at the file or the place they are stored and let me use them without ever seeing them. And here is why that works. To write the instructions that use your key, I only need to know it exists and where it lives, not what it actually says. The real key gets filled in later, when your program runs, by your computer, not by me. I never have to see the secret to do the work.
Which is exactly the right instinct. 2 rules carry almost all of this. 1, reference, do not paste. Point the tool at your sensitive material instead of typing it into the chat. 2, if a secret ever does land in the box, treat it as burned and replace it, the way he generated a fresh key and threw the old one away. That single reflex is what turned his mistake into a non-event.
So that is the whole picture. Before you paste, put it on the ladder. Low stakes? Go ahead. Sensitive but yours? Share the shape and check your switch. Protected or not yours to risk. Keep it off the cloud entirely. And never, ever paste a secret.
That is a simple way to grasp a topic that usually gets made to feel complicated. It is not the whole legal story, so trusted resources are linked below, including Anthropic's own privacy pages and Anthropic Academy if you want to go deeper. Go check your Help Improve Our AI Models setting today so you are the one deciding and not the default. Thanks for watching. This is AI Made Simple. Real questions about AI answered in plain English, honestly from real experience. This season is all about the tools you actually use. 2 new videos a week. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.